often assume that bodybuilding with a 9-to-5 job is near impossible to manage. It's actually reasonably easy. We literally have designated start times. We also have designated breaks to eat. And we have designated end times. So we can go to the gym then. It's very structured. It's relatively easy to manage. So I'm going to run through how I structure my day, and it could help you, specifically if you have a 9-to-5 job. Now I actually start my day at 8 o'clock, so I typically wake up, have a coffee. I then drink my coffee on the way to work. I then have my first meal at 10 o'clock. My designated break is at 10 o'clock. I have my first meal at 10 o'clock. I then work for 3 hours. I have my break at around 1 o'clock, which is typically half an hour. In that half an hour, I do go for a walk. And then after, I have my meal. Now, I train at around 4:30. So meal free has to be timed pretty perfectly. I don't actually have a designated break here. So what I do is have some sort of liquid calories that's quite high in carbohydrate. My work is quite flexible, so don't mind me eating kind of solid foods, etc. If you're working in an office and you don't have designated breaks like me, liquid calories are an absolute vital part of your diet, or should be a vital part of your diet. It's very easy, very convenient. Maybe in a deficit it's not that great, but at least meal timings are pretty damn good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Now typically after meal 3, I will then make my pre-workout shake. I won't consume it just yet because I'll be pretty buzzed about an hour and a half before my gym session. I then go to the gym at 4:30. I'm typically there for around an hour to an hour and a half. So after that I'll drive home, and then I will crack on with my online coaching business. Now my work is quite flexible, so I can actually do this at work. I have my phone on me, so I have WhatsApp communication. I also take my laptop in and we can do a few kind of programs whilst my machine is running. But yeah, after I've done the gym, then I will do my client check-ins. After that, and it's very, very important you do this, it's time to chill, it's time to eat with loved ones, etc. Just kind of mong out a little bit. I think that's a very, very important thing to do, whether that's just talking to your significant other, talking to your parents, talking to your brother, whatever that is. I think that's very, very important for you to do, just as a mental thing. Now, this may not, and it's probably not, exactly how you structure your day out. You might not have a break at 10, you might not have a break at 1, you may not be able to get off at 4:30, at 5 o'clock every single day. The number one thing that you should try and do is, again, just have designated breaks for yourself. So if you have like liquid calories and you're sitting in your office, you're very, very busy, it's very easy to just have your kind of mash shake or your shake and just drink. Very easy. Your boss isn't going to tell you off because you are busy, you're just having a drink, right? So that's one way of very easily getting in your calories and keeping up with meal timings. If you cannot end at a specific time, just know that it's your right to. Just know that you've signed a contract, unless you're working like flexi hours, but just know it's your right. And here's where this might get a little bit, quote unquote, shitty. But if your goals are massive, so you want to kind of be a competitive bodybuilder, etc., you really have to assess if that job is really correlating with your goals. If it's not, hey, switch out. Another thing that's very noticeable in office work, but not necessarily in kind of my kind of job, is like food around the office. It's okay to say no to food that doesn't necessarily align to your goals. Now we can have food, that's completely fine. If someone offers you a donut and you can easily fit it into your macros, hey, go ahead. However, if that donut does not fit into your macros, just understand, if you have that, is it really kind of getting me closer to my goal? Probably not. I mean, one donut's not going to be the end of the world, but understand you have the right to say no. So this kind of 9 to 5 with bodybuilding is very, very easy. You just need a couple of things. Number one, which is massive, is structure, which you have. You have designated start times, you have designated breaks, you have designated end times. You have structure, and that's kind of the biggest downfall of many people when they say they can't necessarily have a 9 to 5 job and have kind of bodybuilding or have fitness goals, but they have the very pillar that most people do not have. So that is not an excuse. It's not an excuse. So you have structure, and also the ability to say no. I don't want this. Do you want this? No, I do not want this. You have that ability. So let's just set out some guidelines. So with meal frequency, we want to allow at least 3 to 4 meals in the day, right? Pretty standard. You can go over that. You probably want at least 2 or 3 in the day, kind of in your job. So you could have one, let's just say this is a 9 to 5 space. You could probably have one here. You could probably have one at lunch, maybe like an hour before the gym. That's 3 protein servings. That's very easy to do, right? In terms of the rest of the day, we're only at work for a very small amount of time. So we could go to the gym here, or we could go before the gym. We've always got time for the gym. There's 24 hours in the day, right? We've always got time for the gym. So this is where I do my work, but you could do this for something else. And this is going to be my chill time. This could be your chill time. Netflix chill time, maybe. But just remember the 2 things. Number 1, you already have this. This is big. You already have this. You have a very big advantage over some people, especially who are self-employed, for example. This is massive. The other thing is, if you work in an office, say no, and also utilize liquid calories. And by no, this is food. And also, look, dude, I've got to go to the gym. I'm going to have to leave work on time today.